Right guys, I just spent 20 minutes uploading the video that wasn't even recording, so I'm here again. I'm just uploading this video today to share a little bit about my story, and I'm uploading it for several reasons. So I want to be able to help other people. This is slightly early for me, but the reason I'm uploading it is I'm quite determined. I'm quite sure that I'm off it for good. I'm positive actually. I've had enough of it. That's the alcohol, basically, and I'll be telling you what I was drinking. It's not to show off or try and be big or anything like that. It's to let you know the extent of the state I got in. When I first started drinking, like, I'd get drunk off 4 cans of Stella and stuff, and I'm not blaming anyone. I had a pal that I worked with, and I was really bad with mental illness. I had really bad agoraphobia, claustrophobia, OCD, post-traumatic stress disorder, panic disorder, derealization, you name it. I was really ill, and I used to go to Dundee with this guy on the weekend sometimes, and he said to me, you know, have a pint, that'll calm me down and stuff. I was like, you sure, will it? He says, yeah, it'll calm me down. So I started to have the odd pint, and right enough, I noticed it did calm me down. So that night I went home and got a crate. Just to let you know, I'm 36, by the way. I started drinking when I was 26, so I was on it heavy for 10 years now. The first 5 years, I was still functioning, I was still holding down the job. It was every night I'd hit 20-30 units a night. What would I drink? Whatever I can get my hands on: vodka, cider, cheap cider, beer, anything. Just, I'd look at the units on wine. Everything went by the amount of units it was in a bottle, and I needed at least that 20-30 units a night. And I didn't really get a hangover the next day or nothing. Everything was going fine. And then I was in my work one day, and I fell off the machine, hurt myself a wee bit. I think it was the same day. It might have been a different day. Later on in the day, I was packing oranges on this machine, and I actually slashed on my hand. I had to go to the first aid room, and I got my hand sort of bandaged up and stuff, and I came back through, and I'd let the order go on too far. I'd messed up. The QC went mental on me, blah blah blah. She had a right to be honest. But I did tell her, I says, I hurt my hand, I had to go and get it seen to, and she said sorry and that, we made up. So no grudges there. But someone that worked in the dispatch at the time, he made a joke about, oh, this, you know, there was still blood coming out my hand, and he made a joke about, oh, that blood will be pure alcohol. And it sounded clicked, and I thought, God, people must know. Sorry for taking the Lord's name in vain. Sorry, Lord. I thought people must know I'm drinking. I thought he was getting away with it, so they must be smelling, or they must be noticing in me that I'm actually drunk. Half the time I wasn't drinking at work or anything, but I was drinking every night. Maybe some mornings I was coming in still stinking of drink or still under the influence. So things got quite bad with the drinking. Every night I was getting harder to get up. I was coming to work late. My work was probably lapsing. I spoke to my boss about it. I got signed off on the sick. My mental health was getting worse as well. This was all to do with drinking. This is when it went really bad. I started drinking, not just at night. I started drinking during the day, all around the clock. I mean, it was terrible. I'd wake up at 2 in the morning, start drinking, 6 in the morning, start drinking. I would just drink all day, and I'd watch the clock. The shop obviously opened at 10 when they sold alcohol, and they closed at 10. I always had to have that alcohol in the house with me, or I'd actually panic without it. So I always had alcohol. There was always alcohol there. Bottles and bottles of cider, big fat chunky bottles. I just drinking occasionally. I'd go on some nights out with the pool guys, and I'd get total hammered then, but I was just topping up. I was always hammered. I was always ridiculously drunk. Oh, it was really horrible. So here's me now. I'm not working, and I'm drinking on the clock. That's when things got really bad. I ended up becoming a bit of a recluse. I didn't even want to leave the house except to get alcohol. And I started I started to join it was kind of like an AA meeting, Tayside Alcohol Problem Service. I joined that and I got an alcohol worker and she tried to help me. She seemed early on that I was quite a bad alcoholic and things went from bad to worse. Like I say, I told her I was drinking all around the clock. I knew I had a problem myself. To let you know how bad it was, there was one day I drank a little bit too much during the day. I was totally steaming. I fell asleep, and I'd actually woke up at 10 past 10, and it just clicked. I don't have any drink for tonight. Oh no! And the shop's shut. What am I going to do? The shops don't open for another 12 hours. I started running about the house, panicking, thinking I can get drink. Because without the alcohol, I'd get really bad withdrawals. I'd shake, I'd sweat, I'd be sick. I just didn't feel right. The anxiety was terrible. So I sat and thought about it. Right, how do I get drink? I went all around the house. I was looking at all the empty bottles. I would have drunk anything. Oh, I was seeing if there was any deeps left in the bottle I'd had before or anything like that. And I came across nothing. Then I got a thought, I'm really ashamed of this, but it's reality, so I'll be as well letting you know how bad these things get. There was a bottle of quite expensive aftershave sitting in my room, and I looked on the back of the bottle and it said it had ethanol in it, and I googled on the internet and stuff, and it says ethanol is basically alcohol. And I mucked about with it for ages trying to get the lid off. It says I can't drink this, but I need alcohol. What do I do? I took the decision that I was going to drink it, but I couldn't get the lid off, so I went outside. I actually smashed the top of the bottle open. I poured the ethanol in a glass and I mixed it with orange juice and I drank it. I'm not joking, my stomach was in agony for 3 days. That's when I realised I had a serious problem. I thought I've just drunk aftershave with orange juice out of desperation. I'm not sure if it was the same night. I think it was. That wasn't enough to do me. I went downstairs. It was coming up for Christmas at the time, and my mum had these chocolate liqueurs, and my plan was, look, tomorrow I'll buy her some chocolate liqueurs back, but I'll take these tonight. I bit the head off all the chocolate liqueurs, and I poured the contents in a glass to get all the liqueur in the glass. I don't know if the alcohol's cooked out of the liqueur or not, but anyway, I just poured up in the glass. It didn't really do anything. I was desperate. I sat up that night trying to watch a movie. I was shaking, convulsing. My stomach was sore because of the ethanol. I drank out the aftershave. Then at 9:30, ran across along the shop. I was standing outside waiting on a half bottle of vodka. It's just terrible, just totally terrible. And the shop opened at 10. I couldn't wait. I got in. I got the vodka. I got in the bag. I ran back along the road. I got stuck right in it. Got right in my system. This was just horrendous. Basically, I'll try and end this. I'll try and keep this about the 10-minute mark. It came to the stage where I actually went off the legs. I couldn't walk. I was lying on the sofa, and my mum hated seeing me withdraw from alcohol, so she was actually buying me the alcohol, but she didn't want to, and she wasn't buying me enough alcohol that I needed. And there's nothing I could do because I couldn't walk. I could no longer go for the alcohol myself. I started to get blood tests from the doctor and stuff. I had to be assisted to the doctor, my appointments, and the ALT, my enzymes, my liver. The start of the year they were 190 odd, which is quite bad, and they went to 400. And I was told that it could go into thousands, but you'd end up with, when you've got that, you've normally got like pancreatitis or cirrhosis of the liver, or even alcoholic hepatitis you can get. I was lucky not to get anything like that, but I was going in that direction where I was going to get something very serious. My liver was just going to stop. And like I say, beforehand, I had 2 home detoxes which I stuck to. I got taken at 9 mils twice this year. 3 times I was hospitalised. Each occasion was horrendous. There was one day, night, morning, I don't even know what it was. I woke up, I was spewing up blood. Blood was just pouring out my mouth. I thought it was a cut in my mouth, and no, there wasn't. I got my mum to look, and she said this. The blood's coming from the back of your throat. I got rushed out 9 miles, got the paramedics out. They want to put a scope down. I wouldn't let them, me being me. I says, no, I want to go home. It stopped bleeding. I went home, continued to get drunk. The doctor says it's either your liver that's bleeding, or you've got a tear in your stomach, or what happens is with drinking is you can get like a varicose veins in your esophagus. Says that's actually very dangerous. She says if one of them, she says you've actually got an artery that goes up your esophagus, and if that bursts, you can bleed to death within 3 minutes. So, like I say, I was starting to get really ill. I was assisted home, stay in the shops, got more drink, assisted home, lay on the settee again like an invalid. Just terrible. I was back up next night. I just wasn't well, and I'd stopped eating by this time. I was spewing up everything that went in my stomach, even drink. Just couldn't hold it down. So you can imagine how horrible that would be. I needed the alcohol to make me feel well, and I couldn't even hold it down. My pal took me up to hospital. I had to stay in the night. I got put on a drip straight away. My heart rate was 160 beats a minute. They said this is abnormal. My blood pressure was through the roof. Me being a dafty again, I only stayed in a night and I signed myself out the next day against doctor's advice. But they did help me. They got me for the first day of it, which is the hardest. They were giving me 20 milligrams of Diazepam every 2 hours, and even that wasn't doing much. It was calming me down a little bit, but it wasn't doing much. So I got taken home, and I said to Mum, rather than sit in the hospital, I want to sit here and get off the drink. And she says, okay, I'll help you. And what you going to do? She says, I'm going to reduce the drink gradually. Bring the units down every day till I'm off it. But I was bringing them down too quick, and I started to go into delirium. I started to take delirium tremors, which is basically hallucinations. A lot of people used to see insects and stuff. I wasn't seeing that. I was seeing weird stuff. There was a black man standing in the cupboard smoking a cigar. On the end of the sofa, there was these big, ugly conger eels. Just horrible stuff. I was lying there sweating, shaking. But I reduced the alcohol. I says, I'm not going to go back in hospital. And it wasn't just the fact to be in hospital. I must have been in some sort of drug or alcohol ward, and it was what I seen when I was in 9 miles. There was other people that were really ill. They were maybe a bit further on than me. There was a lassie that came in. She was in the next bed to me, and she was only young, and the amount she'd drunk a litre and a half of vodka, and the amount of drugs she took, and I was like she was trying to kill herself. And I got assisted down to the doctors the next day. I told the doctor how bad this addiction was. I'd beat several addictions before. I've stopped smoking for 2 years. I was a gambling addict. I don't gamble anymore. I could beat these things, but the drink was just too much. So the doctor gave me a bit of grace, and she gave me Librium. That's them there. I think there's 2 tablets left. I won't even use them now. I don't need them. So I've got 38. I got 38 tablets, 5 milligrams each, and I was taking it to kind of calm myself down, and that was helping. That was really stopping the withdrawals. So that's basically my story. So I've been off the alcohol 3 weeks. I intend to stay off the alcohol. I intend to get my life back in order. I intend to get a job again. I will not go back to drink. Like I said this a little bit earlier, there's reasons I'm doing it. It would be pretty hypocritical if I made a video like this, put it on YouTube, then a day later or whatever I started drinking again. No, I'm not going back to it, and I'm going to let you guys know how the progress goes for me, how it goes in the future. I managed to walk yesterday I managed to walk to East Haven, which is a 5 mile walk there and back. So I've had to learn to walk again, but I'm still a bit off balance. I'm still falling about. The doctor says it's quite normal for you not to be feeling well after coming off that amount of drink after that length of time, how heavy you were drinking. We had an ECG scan the other day which came back okay. I've got to go for a blood test next week, and I get the results from the doctors 2 days later, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm confident just now, and maybe this video can help someone else stop drinking. I was just advised that if you're in the state I'm in and which is a bondage to alcohol, which was a bondage to alcohol. I'll just say this as well. I lost my appetite. I wasn't eating in the end. I've started to eat again. I've got my appetite back. I'm taking fruit juices, tuna, salmon. I'm eating grapes. I'm cooking. I'm starting to eat healthy food again. I'm just sort of getting my appetite back. I'm getting better. I'm on the mend. But maybe this video can help someone else. So I would say if you want to come off the alcohol I would probably say you need medical assistance. Like me, maybe even if your doctor could trust you enough to prescribe you these, it's Librium just for a short period of a week to try and get off it, or you go into some sort of unit for a week, or even I think the hospital would take you in and get you off the drink it's just a week, it's just a few days. You know, like I say, I'm a clown. I sign myself out. I suffer from agoraphobia, so I don't really like being away from home. But I would advise you to get medical help and just get out of this bondage. Oh, that's my story, and like I say, in up in coming weeks, I'll let you know how I'm getting on. Okay, but so far that's 3 weeks. I've been totally off the drink, eating healthy. I've learned to walk again, and I'm starting to enjoy life. I'm not getting any delirium tremens, which is absolutely horrendous. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. No withdrawal from alcohol, totally off it, and happy. So good luck, folks, and let me know how you're getting on yourself. I've left the comment box open. I'm really interested to hear back from you. I don't know if I'll get views in this video or not, but there you go, okay? God bless. Bye.